What's going on? We are live. We are live. So, obviously, from the title of this video, we are going to be painting a flower on paper. And yeah, it's not just some normal paper, it's actually like called Hansho paper or washo paper. It's like a handmade paper. Originated from Japan, but this was shipped from, I want to say, New Zealand or Australia. The guy I ordered from, he shipped it to me from there. So, yeah, so what I did, I cut down this paper. It came in a larger roll. I cut it down, and then I applied a finish to it. It is called a POA. I want to say it's a POA or something like that. Should I just check really quick? Paper, so that way I bind fibers. So you could see these edges are a bit frayed. Let me actually help you see a little bit easier. This might help. So the edges are a bit frayed here. You can see that. But anyway, that makes the paper like more absorbent, and yeah, it just makes the paper more absorbent. And I had to apply a PVA sizing to it, so that way it binds the fibers. So I'm still kind of experimenting with this stuff, honestly. I can't say I have it fully dialed down, but I do have some paintings that were created on this kind of paper, which here behind me, there are a few that I've created, the higher up ones. Oh, you can definitely see this one here. You just can't see the other one I pointed at, which is on the other side here. But yeah, so I definitely used it before, so that, but also I'm trying something new out. So I took that larger roller, I cut it to these multiple sizes here, as you see. So I will be painting on, I ripped it in half, so that way I could start painting on one side. So I'm gonna put these 2 pages away, use it for the project I plan to do. I do have a few chrysanthemums I drawn here. I drew them right here. So with these chrysanthemums, yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one I like the most, and then I'm gonna paint that one. I'm still finishing drawing this one, honestly. I had a stream yesterday, but it didn't really go the way I wanted it to, so I ended up just cutting it down. But anyway, we have this paper here, and I have a few chrysanthemums already drawn. I have 1, 2, and 3. I drew this one. I just thought it was a bit too busy. I was thinking it's for like a lady's hair rib. It can go on, but I drew this second one here. Rib, it can go on, but I drew this second one here. And I wanted to draw them together to draw like the different types of chrysanthemums, but it just didn't really come across the way I wanted to. I can still finish it, but the sketch is just too busy for me. I like a bit more simple, and I think simple could definitely go a long way. You can also make simple larger, or you can make simple smaller. So it has those 2 capabilities, what I like about simple, and that's what I like about these. These are very kind of more on that simple side. They're bigger, they're the pedal foot size, the top of a foot or something. This can be large, it can wrap around the leg a bit more, you know, interact with itself. On a back, a larger chest piece, you know, get creative with it. It's pretty cool. So I have a few of these here, and I'm gonna try to decide which one I like the most. So for right now, this one. Can we see this on the screen? Should I adjust this? Make sure we can see this a bit better. Give me 1 second. Let's see if there's anything I could do. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. If I turn down that a bit, you can see a bit better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we got this here. Yeah, that's better already. Let me just transition this over. All right, cool. Alright, so yeah, it's looking better already. Cool. You can see these. I could even make the screen larger once we get into the drawing process, but just want to make sure you guys can see a bit more wax. And I think last time I was painting on this and it was very absorbent like this, it kind of made it tough to paint on. Maybe I'm gonna try a strip off of this. I'm gonna take some scissors and just test this. I'm gonna have these scissors here and we're gonna test. Test a little piece. I have these awesome brushes here also from that company, but I have filled them with my own brushes and pencils and stuff. It's pretty much like a case I can take with me to just draw with or paint with. But I usually will paint with this brush here, this brown one. It's one of my favorite ones to use. I have also used multiple of these that are in here, but this brown one I like, and then also I think this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, so this is from his actual company. But this one's, I got this from Japan myself. When I went to Japan, I got this awesome one, and I really like it a lot. It's pretty dope. I have a few other things in here too. I have a really cool brush by a company called Isabe. Really sick. Really expensive too. But I worked in an art store for a sec, so I got a nice fat discount on it. So your boy is blessed on that one. Is there anyone in the chat? I wonder. Sorry if I haven't seen the chat. If there is a chat, just you guys definitely like this video. They're really dope. We'd love to keep doing this more often, just to see how people interact with it and see how they feel about it too. You know, these videos are definitely just learning, and I want to learn, and I want to also implement like this video, and it's just really cool. Things like that. I just turned my own video on, so I can hear myself over there. But yeah, definitely like this video for me, and let's get into it. So I got this brush here, and I got this ink that I kind of mixed myself over here. So I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way so I don't damage anything, especially this prime paper here. Just put that to the side there. What I wanted to do was test this out. So I have this ink over here that I just mixed. I have this ink block right here, and what I do is just kind of grate it on there nicely, and it transfers the pigment to the water, and it's really cool. It's really cool. So we're going to mix this stuff up here, get like some nice dark pigment transferred over, and then we're gonna test out this strip to see if it works, see how well it works. Sorry for the disconnection and reconnection. I'm streaming, so this video is just kind of just live from my FX30 camera. I'm trying to use this thing more often. It's a beast, and I love it. So it's, why not use it to make art? All right, sometimes you can even dry the brush on this side over here, which is really dope. And we're gonna test this out. I'm gonna test out both sides of this paper, because there's a waxy side and there's a not so waxy side. That's nice. 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 So this is on the non-waxy paper side. Well, not non-waxy, it's not as waxy side. And then we do have that waxy side that I'm gonna try out soon. This is Sumi ink, so it dries pretty quick. I'm gonna let you guys see this if it focuses. I don't know if it will focus. All right, I think this distance here is pretty good. These are a couple strokes I did on it. strokes. And let's do that backside now. Let's get that backside tested. This is the more waxy side. You can just feel it. See it? It's pretty dry. Let's try this waxy side. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the freaking phone. Hold the freaking phone, man. Wow, that looks amazing. Like, look how clean those strokes are. They stay wet a little longer. That's what I've kind of already started to see now. So if you're like painting this and you have a mistake and you move your hand, you'll definitely transfer that to the other side. And while this side is a bit more absorbent, it kind of absorbs into it a bit more. This will give you super clean lines. I must say these lines on this side are a lot cleaner than this side. Let me just touch this really quick again. Unless my brush was more loaded with the pigment. What an interesting test. What an interesting test. The waxier side definitely looks cool. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough. What a tough decision. Alright, so what I think I'm gonna probably just do instead is, yeah, I'm gonna paint on the waxy side. This looks sick. I like how that looks. That looks good. It just took a while to dry, so I'm gonna have to be very careful. But yeah, guys, let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's get into this today. Please, that would be so great. I'm trying to get this thing rolling, doing more of this, getting more comfortable in front of my camera and being live. And now I got 2 cameras and figured out how to make everything just work out. So super sick. So let's get into it. I think I'm gonna have my brush over here, just so that way, we just have this stuff working out. And guys, again, I'm so sorry for the latency issues. My Wi-Fi is good, but it can be better. And I appreciate my Wi-Fi. I'm happy to have Wi-Fi, and I'm grateful to be able to do this. So yeah. I'm gonna also use some tape, just so that way this kind of stays in place. Then I'll lose my placing and all this, you know, it's a lot. I was wondering if my light board here works. I have a light board, and then it would actually add some light underneath this, which would be great. But I'm having a hard time wondering if it works. It's been a minute since I've used it. I just kind of use it more of like a desktopper right now. I don't know if it has a short in it or something. Strange, very strange. Alright, I'm not gonna make that big of a deal of it. We can see my chrysanthemum here. You know what? We're gonna outline it. Safe measures. Alright guys, so we're gonna get a little practice outline really quick on this chrysanthemum. So that way I can just let's trace it. Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully I can do this pretty quickly. I mean, there's not a big rush, but I just want to start the painting part. I've been waiting since yesterday for this paper to dry. Yeah, I started this process yesterday. I was really excited. I made some content around it. There's a little bit on my page if you want to check it out, see how the process kind of works. I was filming a bit in my studio. I thought my microphone was working, but I'm sure this time my microphone is working. If you guys are having an issue, or just a little feedback is always cool. But yeah, I am outlining this, a little bit quicker. Also, it's fast because I was able to I drew this myself. So, it's my own drawing. I'm pretty familiar with it. Even though I don't have to rush. And the way I paint with this brush pen that I have is similar to how I paint with a regular brush. Especially the brush pen that I have, the brushes that I have here. They have points on them, so using them, I kind of point the tip down and then I allow the brush to follow behind. And it gives you a nice, Edo look. At least I like that feel. At least I think so. Okay. I'm sure you can see these outlines working. Let me just check the screen really quick. Yeah, you can see these pretty well. This flower is called a chrysanthemum flower. I put in some effort at learning about this flower, and it also is like a fall flower, so the month of November for sure, this flower thrives. It's that colder time when it's not as hot outside. Well, not even colder, but just, the temperatures are just a bit more chipper. Especially here in Florida. I'm in here in Florida, and yeah, this sometimes it stinks, man. People love it; they flock here, but man, this past summer was dreadful. Past summer was dreadful. Drawing some leaves here in the background. Leaves are always a bit of a challenge for me. I feel like I'm always relearning how to draw them. What am I doing? I remember how to draw this. I'm totally acting as if I don't remember how to draw this. I've drawn it several times. Several million times. interesting person. Interesting little one. Something smells kind of good. I knew it was that. It's the ink. Don't call me weird. It was the ink though. It has an aroma, which is true if you want to learn the history of Sumi ink actually. It's really dope. Really dope story. Also, but if you're vegan, it's not very much. Which was also what I wanted to get into. Let's talk about not veganism or anything like that, but we're gonna talk about how some ink was made. And it's similar to how this paper that I'm about to paint on was made and is normally made. So we'll get to a little story. With that kind of thing. Alright, dry. Come on, dry. Dry. Hey guys, do me a favor. Like and sub, please. Oh, you can't see that. It's actually now on the screen. But I have a sign here that says like and sub. Like and sub, sub, like and like, sub, like and like and sub. Let me do another little cut. Alright. Sounds like an airplane is flying. Oh yeah, it's a helicopter. Helicopter. I got to see it over there. A little bit of apple juice. I love my apple juice. Okay, so we said we were going to paint on the side that wasn't so crazy. Well, we're going to paint on the side that is more waxy. Just because I liked how it looked on those little strips, man. That strip looked great. That strip looked great. Let's do it. There's my brush. There's my brush. Oh no. The frame's dropped. That's what it's telling me here. Alright, so the key, what I'm trying to do right now is not saturate this too much, but to actually do like a nice, just do like a nice little outline on it. Man, I really wish this light board was working. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I know it's plugged in. I figure it's plugged in. I'm wondering if I could see if I have this other cord over here. I have quite a few cords. Pretty much a box of cords. Okay, we might be in luck, guys. We may be in luck. I think I found the right cord. I think this one I tried was just a bit too heavy duty for it, so we're gonna go down to its level. Oh, I almost unplugged the freaking stream. The stream almost just got unplugged, guys. Literally almost just unplugged the stream. That would have been bad. guess I can't really say necessarily bad, but it would just been not the best. Oh, okay. I used to have Google Home. I literally got rid of her. She was dope at first for a little, but then just wasn't as dope anymore. It just got less dope. Just didn't really need it. Oh guys, so my light board is working. I'm excited. I found the right cord. I'm so excited for this. Let's freaking do it. Let's freaking do it, man. I'm so excited. I gotta take a picture of this. I have to take a picture. This is the only like free device that I have right now. I can't even go 0.5. That sucks. Let's get into it. Okay. Alright. So like I was saying, we're not gonna overload this brush, but we just wanna make sure it has like a nice pigment load on it. And then I usually just rub it a couple times, you know, on its little thing. So that way it kinda like lets some pigment out. I don't know, it makes sense just to spread it, but here we go. I like to just, oh no, I turned it off. I'm gonna need that. Oh gosh, this is so, I haven't painted with this brush in a while. And you're probably gonna be able to tell. It's been a minute. Okay, I'm figuring it back out. I have to press the button down. Press the button down. I have to press the brush. I have to press the brush down, so that way I could surely see how it's working and how to get nice strokes out of it. So it requires me pressing the brush and actually not even like holding it at an angle. We're going to be like right over top of the paper. And then your strokes are going to be nice and slow strokes. Somebody put that Shrek emoji in the comments. Hilarious. Great. Alright, we got this coming to the background a bit. There. Like that. So what I'm trying to do is paint everything on this side so that way I'm not jumping around too much. And then that way I can just kind of complete each section as I go. So when I paint this, I'm applying the brush to the paper and I am pulling the brush alongside while keeping my wrists kind of like locked down. Like my wrist is just it's pretty like it's like pretty standard. It's in place, so I'll leave it in place. I'm actually going to allow this flower here to kind of come right on top. That's one thing about depending on the waxy side, sometimes there's some parts that are a bit too waxy. And I think I just approached one of those parts. Alright, man, this stuff smells pretty good. It's kind of wild, honestly. And it has like an aroma to it. So that's what I wanted to talk about actually with this Sumi ink and this paper. So like I used PVA sizing. That's what I was talking about in the beginning of this video, how I made this paper. I use PVA sizing on it so that way it absorbs into the fibers of the paper, because the paper has like fibers of its own, and it makes it like super absorbent, to the point where like as soon as the paper gets hit with ink, it'll just spread like boom, like a bomb. Like I don't know, it's wild. It's like boom, an effect. Sorry for using that word. I don't know if I should use that, but it just isn't just a crazy reaction with ink. So applying this PVA, it's like glue. It binds the fibers together. So with that being said, instead of using PVA sizing, people in the past would often use they would use animal fat. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? So what you do, I guess they would like melt down the animal fat, and then of course they'll have to hunt the animal. But once they get the animal, they'll hunt it down, and then they would get its fat and convert it into kind of like chunks of like dried meltable fat, almost like a butter in a way, but they like calcify it in a way that when you heat it back up, it'll melt back out. And what they do, they'll apply that to a paper like this, so that way the fat binds to the fibers of the paper, making the paper paintable. Hopefully that makes some sense, but it's kind of the same way this PVA sizing would bind to the fibers. Or if you like spilled glue on your t-shirt or something like that, right? The glue would bind into your fibers. And the glue, would imagine, would be pretty hard to get out of your clothes. It'll just make your clothes hard, right? So the same thing was kind of true with this paper. Because it's PVA sizing, it binds to the paper. The paper is still pretty malleable, but it is a little harder. It's a little firmer. It's not as soft. Like you can't really feel the fibers of this paper anymore. It just feels coated, like wax coated or something. But that's good to paint on, so that way it allows your paint to not absorb so quickly. It's stronger that way, like the color is richer, and it's just nice. So with this Sumi ink that I'm using, this is also has a bit of animal fat in it. Also, it has a process of its own being made to be a bar of Sumi ink. It starts off as like a candle being burned, or oils, which give it that aroma. and those things are burned, and it's burned with a can over top, so that way it catches all the smoke. That's actually what the process is called, catching smoke. So they catch the smoke, turn it into an ink. Um, so that ash is then mixed with animal fat of whatever you're liking: deer, squirrel, maybe even boar and stuff like that. I'm not sure of all of the animals, but it's mixed with some fat. Those are mixed together, and there'll be like a guy like stomping on it to get it to be molded into a big old eraser looking thing. And then that is then almost like clay. They like put it inside of a cast, and that cast is then soaked in like sand or something, that, or like more ash of its own, so that way it kind of dries it, and it's like aged for like years, 20, 30, 90 years. Of course, the more potent, or the longer the years, that ink is going to be more expensive. And I went to Japan. I bought some. I saw Suma ink there. Like, that was almost $80, $90 for a little stick of Suma ink. It's kind of wild, honestly. I won't say that's too expensive, but I will say that that's some particular Sumi ink, and this is actually from Japan here, so it has the yen sticker on it, and this one cost me $16.50. So 1,650 yen. I think that is equivalent to maybe like $13. I'm not sure. I'll have to do the math on that one. Or maybe like 20, but I bought multiple things while I was there. I bought this brush included. This brush was $25 till 2,530. This brush costs more than the ink. Yeah, I think that's about a $20 or $30 brush right here, maybe more. I remember there was a time where I had an ex-girlfriend, and I did a guest spot at a tattoo shop, and I thought I lost these brushes in the tattoo shop. I was so sad. I was like, dude, that's history of Japan just gone like that. Like, boom, crazy. You know, I've been so excited about going, and imagine like that history, boom, just you forgot it at the studio, right? Clumsiness, or just not really being careful. But come to find out, those pens were in my tattoo studio. I was so excited. I was so excited, honestly. I cannot believe that I had assumed that maybe someone had stolen. I was like, man, dude. I had reached out to almost everyone from the studio. I was like, hey, have you seen some pens maybe left around, or some brushes? Everyone kept telling me, no, I didn't see them. And I just kept like thinking, like, man, I would hate for someone to really just have them and then like, you know, hold out and just say like, man, you know, would have come up, you know what I mean? But yeah, I guess everyone had been honest, and I really appreciate that. For me, it means a lot. So that was a really dope experience, just to find out that your brushes were not missing. What a dope surprise and turn of events. think if there would be any lessons in that. Um, yeah, oh, it's definitely honestly like always like reaching out, and trusting people's best interests. Sometimes it's tough to trust people because I guess we live in a world that can sometimes show uh, people take advantage of people or people doing things maliciously. But I like that those people in that time were being very honest and nice people, genuine people. It always means a lot, honestly. It's always dope to see that there are still good people. It really, I didn't do it like for a reason or anything, but one time there was a guy, I had walked into a brewery near my house, and I just wanted to enjoy some day a little bit, went in there, and then as I walked into the brewery, before I got into the door though, as I walked on the outside of the brewery, I had noticed it was like a black object on the ground. I was like, that looks interesting. That doesn't really look like a piece of trash. It looks kind of nice. Like, it's black. It looked kind of sleek. I was like, man, is that a phone? I was thinking to myself, like, is that a phone? I don't know. So I walked over to it. And then as I got closer, I realized that it wasn't a phone at all. In fact, it was sleek leather. So it was a wallet. Oh man, this is quite a thing. So I did what most people would do. I opened the wallet, but in hopes of to find the person's ID. So I opened it and I found this guy's ID. I looked for his picture and then I said, okay, we're looking for a guy named, I believe his name was, let's just say Chad. I don't know. Maybe it was Chad, I'm going to say. Anyway, he didn't have any facial hair or anything. He had black hair in his head. Definitely kind of looked like a normal, kind of like just white guy, you know what I mean? So I was like, great. How am I going to find this guy in this brewery here? So I kind of made that a little bit too big, but it's okay. I was thinking to myself, like, how am I gonna find this guy at this brewery? This is crazy. But I used my eyes very well. I kind of just looked around, and I was looking for someone who probably had shared a little bit of how this guy looked. And I had to walk through the whole brewery until I got to the back of the brewery. There was one guy sitting with a girl, and he totally looked like the photo a little bit, but he had facial hair. So I was like, this is rough. But this guy kind of resembles this guy in this picture. So I approached him and I said, hey man, are you? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And I'm like, so I found this outside on the ground. I think it's yours. And he's like, oh my gosh, thank you, dude. Like, people don't return wallets nowadays. And I was like, what? Yeah, they do. I just gave you yours. And I'm people. But anyway, he was just kind of getting at how, like, I guess, like, the world isn't as kind as it always has been, or people aren't as always honest. And I had just treated him to some straight up honesty right there. I had no intentions on taking his wallet or anything like that. I just wanted to return the wallet. And I returned it, and then he found me later in the bar. He said, hey man, what are you drinking? Let me buy you a drink. And I was like, man, that's nice. I appreciate that. Again, like I said, I didn't do it to get anything out of it. I just saw a wallet and I was like, man, this would suck to lose your wallet and your ID and all your cards are inside of this. Just from a visit to the bar, you know what I mean? Like, that would be the worst. I'm not sure if he was on a date with that girl or anything, but he definitely came over and he showed some gratitude, so that was dope. I wasn't seeking it. I was just wanting to be a good human being at the end of the day. And it turned out nicely. I'm glad I was able to make this guy's day. You know, that was really nice to me. And that place has bomb wings. They have great wings, by the way. Yeah, so, well, I've been painting for already 40, so we've been drawing for about 43 minutes. We've been painting for probably less than that. We've been painting for probably about 20 minutes. But yeah, this is this chrysanthemum on this amazing paper. It gives it like this old-timey look, which I'm really into. Yeah. Sorry about that. There's some spots that they don't really accept the ink so much, so it kind of like I have to skip over a little bit from like the wax or the PV glue. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm not sure if my fingerprints are causing that issue or if it's just like the glue in the paper not really seeing eye to eye. But it still works. Oh man, this paper looks so cool. I just like turned the light off on accident, but it looks super sick. So sick. I like how this looks. I really do. I really do. Just being careful to make sure I hit all the sides at once. It gives it this look of like the lip of the chrysanthemum is there. I'd probably even add one in here. This is one of those waxy zones. Acting kind of funny. Acting funny. Acting funny. Probably go a little down there. Yeah, this looks sick. I could probably even like add some other stuff to the background, but I like how this one looks. This one's sick. I kind of want to go take a picture with it. This is number 1. Should we put 1 on it? Just leave it how it is. Put an outline around it. Well, we put like an interesting outline around it. We could create a frame. Give it like an idea. Like a nice frame. It can be like presented in. I like this idea of like this not completely perfect square, so I usually just sketch a few of these guys and see how I feel about it and go from there. Thanks for liking this video, by the way. Make sure that ink is all dry on there. Any mistakes. God, I already messed up. My hand's shaking. When you're using this brush, you gotta like take control of that line. You know, you're like putting it down and pulling that thing. It almost feels like a pencil at that point. You know, you get all those bristles to go down and you just pull it down across. Down across. That's how I do it. That is how I do it, baby. I'm gonna take another video here. At this point in time. Let's see if I can hold it straight still on camera. Ooh, got the wobbles. Straighten those wobbles out. All right, so then I'm gonna kind of just come from here, delete that down, come from here, and I maybe want to pull the line to me. It's just gonna be hard to kind of do it on camera here, but we'll get that line off. Let's do it here. Dope. That's pretty cool. nice mum on the honcho paper here. Pretty nice mum on the honcho paper. For some reason I didn't remember my password to my phone. What the heck? Alright, so this is one, which looks fire. We're gonna give a little signature in here, Studio Kogi signature. Studio Kogi. So there's kind of like a K in here, right? There's a K, and then there's this. Yeah, there's a large K here. Well, small K, and then there's this S here. I guess I just got a message or something. Oh, my battery is going low. Let me go ahead and hit that. Oh, my phone, the battery. Oh, sorry, I have to check. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna hit these batteries up. That's the thing about this stream life. Stream life is indeed the game life. I don't know what that means, but I can probably throw my camera on this charger. Okay, perfect. This works. And let me make sure my computer is going to be good on charge, like jet. And then we're going to make sure the streaming camera is going to be good on charge. Everything is going on cameras. Everything is going on chargers right now. Where we have power, 71% on the battery pack. Good, good, good. Everything is plugged in. Good, good. Everything's looking good. All right, guys, so we've been streaming for at least a good hour now. This is what I created. Came out super cool. I'm super satisfied with it. Couldn't be any happier. Like I said, I got the Studio Kogi logo on there too. I appreciate you guys dropping in. Please drop a like on this video. Let me know what you think about it. I do this and I have fun doing it. It's awesome. So let me know what you think in the comments. Check out my channel, like, subscribe. Definitely come back for more. There will be more. Right now I'm using a pretty tiny, got some tiny lines on that thing, which is sick. Should we add some like line effects on here? Would that be cool? Or just leave it bare? I do like the bare look because I can still paint it. It gives me the ability to paint this like orange or something. Would you guys like to see it painted orange or just leave it bare? If I paint it orange, I'll have to definitely use the process of making the pigment so that way you guys can see it. But we will untape this. We will untape this now. And it's dry. It is dry. This is the painting. Yeah, you can kind of see through it. Like the paper type is interesting, you know. And I did a good job. It didn't spill through. Sometimes you have issues of it spilling through very much or bleeding through. This is sick. Make a cool tattoo. That's why I like this paper. It looks really cool, honestly. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today. Maybe we'll paint this at another time, just for more things. But right now it's just for like a nice outline. It's been drawn and made using this brush. I really enjoyed doing this. Come back for more, for sure. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm growing more. I'm trying to get 300 subscribers. That's the road. 300 subscribers, and then I'm gonna drop more videos too. But if anyone has like any art questions or anything like that, I'm always willing to help out and give an insight. Kind of just doing some little erasing of some lines that were not used. You can see them a bit more. Because I didn't sketch this chrysanthemum on here, it was just completely, I guess you say trace, but it was a trace of my drawing through the light board, so. And I did it all in brush. I did it all using brush. Yeah, thanks guys for watching. Have a great day.